Good morning, this is Neil Spate at Thoric Nub News at one of Thoric's really creative centres. I'm at the offices or the workshops of Kinetika over at Purfleet on the High House Production Park. And this really is a hub for one of the projects that has been running for, I think it's 6 years now, the T100 walks through Thoric. So some of you may remember fantastic groups from our local communities telling stories that have been gathered in, travelling around the community every year. That is going to happen again this September, hopefully, and work is now well underway on preparing the fantastic flags that adorn that particular walk and those events. And next week, and we'll be carrying the details on our website, it will tell you how you'll be able to sign up to take part in those walks. But the ladies here are working on some of the flags that will be displayed as part of that. Here we have one of the actual artist workshop that we're in at the moment. St Stephen's Community Trust at Purfleet, a fantastic organisation just down the road. Our educational qualities are recognised here with one from South Essex College. And as I say, it's really interesting to see these things being put together. It's quite a complex process. I believe that there's a degree of waxing and maintenance and creativity, and then it's all done again to make sure it's solid. But as you can see, a huge amount of detail and a huge amount of effort are going in here. We have Thoric Music Services, another one of our borough's hidden gems as well. Thoric Music Services does a fantastic job, so it's great to see them recognised. And this is one of the flags at its very early stages, which I believe represents Kinetika, which is where we are. And the lady who is, I'm about to interrupt as she's working, is Ali Pretty, who is the director of Kinetika. And I'm going to ask her if you could step outside, and then we can just have a quick chat about what's been going on and what is about to happen. So, Ali, would you follow me outside, please?
Certainly will.
Lovely, lovely.
Breath of fresh air.
Indeed. There you go. Well, there we go. I think a little interruption. I think. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you again. I've been up here a few times. I think I remember the last time I was here, there was a gigantic skeleton in the corner behind you, which was rather marvellous.
Yes, this is our 6th year, and calling, which is a call to action for communities to think about positive steps they can make towards a better future. Yeah,
obviously some of the flags that we just saw are some great Thoric organisations.
Yeah, so we've got 7 big focuses this year, and the finale for T100 will be here at High House, and it's actually a celebration of Purfleet becoming Purfleet on Thames, and the theme is about growing sustainable communities. So on the 27th of September there will be, it's kind of like an open house Purfleet, so we will be starting down at this station and we'll be walking to all the organisations that are represented on these 25 flags and collecting members of the community in their bubbles of 6. And then in a staggered way we'll be processing slowly from the town to High House up here. And the theme for this year, every place we're going, is we're making these giant mandalas, which is like this pattern, a sacred geometry pattern, about 10 metres diameter, so that's giant. And the one for Purfleet is called Grow Your Own, and it's going to be like a harvest festival. So there'll be people that will be bringing fruit and vegetables, and we'll be making this giant mandala from that. And at the end of the day, we'll be redistributing them to everybody that's come to the event.
Yeah. Fantastic amount of creativity there, and over the years you've played a significant part now, I think, in shall we say culture in Thoric, and I mean how have you seen things change over the years? And you sort of came here as a stranger, and now you're very much part of the Thoric family.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm well and truly sort of addicted to the place, I suppose. Yeah, it's been a really fantastic journey to have been on. We made a decision initially because of our wonderful studio, we needed the space, but very quickly from the first T100 we've made a lot of friends. We've been very welcomed here. We've kind of tried to respond to sort of ideas that have come from the community. So like last year the Tilbury Carnival was a request that had come from the people of Tilbury. And so we've made a lot of different partnerships. So every year we've worked in partnership with many local organisations. And this year we've got more of a theme around environmental action. So we are partnering with Thames 21 in Grays, for example, with the Grass Roof Company and Rural Arisings in Little Bellas to make an insect habitat mandala. And we're working with Barter Heritage Centre in East Tilbury. Hardy Park in Stamford-le-Hope, and Langdon Hills, Friends of Langdon Hills in Langdon Hills. So we're really trying to reach as far as we can. And the fantastic news is we've just got a little bit of extending Reaching Communities National Lottery funding to work with the Thoric CVS and the Our Road campaign. So we have just appointed 7 teams of local artists, each one to be aligned with one of the mandalas. And they're just busy making a plan at the moment about how they're going to engage communities on different streets. So there'll be 21 CVS volunteers and 21 streets that will be making mandalas in their streets at the same time as we're making the larger mandalas. And there'll be a call out to the whole borough to join in so that you can make your mandala at home, which we trialled in May. So we have a mandala pack, make your own mandala, which will be available to download. So I'm really hoping that this year we get a borough-wide participation.
Yeah. Just for those who've done a mandala, just explain what a mandala is, briefly if you can.
It comes from a Hindu or Buddhist tradition. It's a geometric pattern which is in a circle, and everything works towards the center, and it's a form of meditation, so that each mandala is about something. So for example, in Grays the theme is called Spring Clean, and the mandala will be made out of bits of plastic that have been fished out of the Thames since October. Steve Catchpole has been collecting it. He's had them in his shed. He's sorted it all into 6 colours. He's washing all of it with his jet hose, and then we'll have wheelbarrows with 6 different colours and different pots, and then we'll be making this very intricate circular design, like a mosaic, but in strong patterns.
That's fantastic, and I think that's really sort of symbolic of the way that this project, your company has come together with her. I mean, Steve Catchpole is one of our local heroes. Anybody who doesn't know, he regularly helps, well, he organises cleanups alongside the Grays Riverside at Purfleet and whatever. Absolutely fantastic guy, and I've done several films down with him, and to tie that all in together, I think is really good. So it's good. And I understand you've got a book that charts some of your journey. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I'll just, yeah, we'll just. The work goes on, of course. Right. Yeah, here we are. Oh, fantastic. Well,
this is a sneak preview, everybody, because we haven't launched it yet. But behind the scenes, we've been working on a T100 exhibition, because at the end of last year we had been doing 5 years, and we wanted to chart that journey. And so in the book, we called it A New Story for Thoric, and we're saying you can't take away someone's story without giving them a new one. So what we want to do is tell the stories that we've been each other and share them. And the idea really is that this also puts Thoric on the map. So when I go off to other places, like I've got a connection in Marseille, I'm saying, well, this is what we're doing on Thoric. So it's actually, well, where's Thoric? So I said, well, this is where Thoric is. Where I can show people what we've been doing, and very proud of the years, you know, and there's many faces and many different quotes from all the people that have been involved. And we'll see, actually, by documenting all this, like in a few years' time, Purfleet will be unrecognisable. So I think it's really important. And there are people like Jonathan Catton who've contributed a lot, you know, who are with us no longer, but we've charted all of their contributions. So that was Silk River. So it's beautiful. We're really pleased that we can have pulled this all together.
Okay. I think we may be having a few technical difficulties with the signal here, so if people are not getting the full picture, don't worry, you're getting the words, but we will cover all this on Thoric Nub News. Thank you for letting me know what you're doing here. It's a real pleasure to come as ever, and as I say, it's really great to tell this story of what's going on in Thoric, so thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. I love it.